And welcome back to Belly Spring. I've just finished planting um, oat, oats in this field here, and we will have to come back and roll it shortly, but actually I must well leave the gate open because we're going to have to come back with the roller. So if I go into the map for a second, you can see if I go down here, both those fields have now been planted in oat. That's winter oats, and they just need rolling in now. Now I did buy Yusuf's farmer's tractor and seeder, and I promised him that I would return the seeder with more seeds than it had in it when I bought it. And I think from memory it was on about 65% when I bought it, so we will have to put some more seed in it and then return it along with his tractor. So that's what we're off to do now. Now we won't be able to do the rolling straight away. We may not get to it on this video because I took a phone call from AK earlier. As you know, he's one of my neighbours on this farm. AK, Fury and Eustace all live on this map in various different places on the map. Anyway, I took a phone call from AK and he's off to Dublin this afternoon apparently. He's got one of his matches on in Dublin. He's hoping to represent Ireland at the next Olympics in the sport of in the sport of chutes and ladders, as he calls it. Of course, here in New Zealand and in Ireland they call it stakes and ladders, but because he's American he always refers to it as chutes and ladders. And yes, he's hoping to represent Ireland at the next Olympics in the chutes and ladders. So he's off to one of the training matches in Dublin. I saw the taxi leave earlier with him. So he asked us if we could mow his lawns whilst he was away. And he's a good friend, so I agreed that I'd get his lawns mowed for him. So we'll have to, just missed that dog sitting on the road there, we'll have to put off the rolling temporarily just before we go and mow his lawns for him. Now I've got a couple of bags of seed here that I prepared earlier, so we'll just put that in the seeder, then we'll return the tractor and seeder to Eustace Farmer. There you go, we're already above the seed level it had when I bought it, so that's good. Okay. You'll see, oh no, that's not a puddle there, so that's just a patch of concrete. I have got, this map already has the extra lighting built into the map, so you don't need to have that mod on this map like you would on most. But this, I do have the other mod, and I can't think what it's called now, but the one that causes puddles to appear in the low points when it's raining and things. It's one of the REA realistic mods, and you can see here, like just here, if we get up close, it's a bit hard to see in the long grass. If the grass was shorter we'd see there's a puddle there at the moment, and if we go back over here and get it on just the right angle, you'll be able to see it. Oh, you normally need to have a bit of actual height, so let's try staying on the fence. Hang on, let's hop back in the tractor. If I zoom out like this, you might be able to see. No, I can't get the angle just right at the moment, but because it has been raining yesterday, there's still a few puddles around at the moment, and that was a thing that Fury was wondering what it was on one of his maps. So you can see there, you can see some puddles in that paddock ahead of us there. So those kind of metallic-y circles, if you get close to them, they're actually puddles of water. It's very hard to see the puddles of water in a paddock with long grass like that. If we went to a paddock that didn't have long grass in it, it'd be a lot easier to see when we got closer. It's actually puddles of water. Now, I think I might better also top up the diesel in the tractor for him. So we'll just cruise up here. Now I can actually top it up using his own, using Eustace's own diesel tank there, because I gave him money towards this tank for diesel here. So, and I deliberately did that so that when I do buy his tractors, I can just top them up when I get back here. Okay. So now I'll put the seed in the tractor away. So the reason I have to buy one of Eustace's tractors to seed is, first of all, I don't have a seeder of my own, and secondly, I don't have a tractor powerful enough to pull a seeder. So when I do want, it's not worth me owning a seeder when I've only got 2 paddocks that... sorry. This one takes long to unlock, there you go. So yeah, with only 2 paddocks that ever get seeded, it's not worth me owning my own seeder or my own big tractor to seed it with. So, and Eustace is more than happy for me to borrow his equipment from time to time. So we'll just kill that. Then we can head back home. This is of course my car that I came down and grabbed the tractor with earlier off camera. So now we can head back home. Now, I've decided to be a wee bit smart here when it comes to mowing AK's lawns for him, because I'm sure that he's expecting me to grab a hand mower. I'm sure there's a hand mower somewhere in his shed. If I go and rummage around in his shed, he always leaves unlocked because we're miles out in the country, so perfectly safe to leave your garage unlocked, and he always leaves unlocked in case I need to buy tools or anything. So I'm sure he's expecting me to buy his hand, to haul his hand mower out of his shed and mow his lawns that way. But oh, hang on, wait. If we stop here for a second and jump this edge right here, you can see there, oops, there's a puddle in a paddock that's not full of long grass. So if we get closer to it, let's come over here, you can see there's actually water there, so that's a puddle. But yeah, because if you have that mod and the lighting mod both in at the same time, the puddles do appear kind of metallic-y like that from a distance. It's just one of those things. Oops, where's it? Parked in here. Okay. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, AK's off to Dublin to practice, to have another practice match of chutes and ladders, as he calls it, in preparation for his Olympic bid. And he's asked me to mow his lawns, and I'm absolutely certain he's expecting me to go around there and grab his little hand mower out of his shed and mow his lawns that way. And to be perfectly honest, if I did that, it would probably take me about 45 minutes to do his lawns. So I'm going to be a bit smarter than that. As they always say, work smarter, not harder. So I'll just put the car away and then I'll show you what I'm planning on doing. Ooh, okay. That's not a good way for me to drive my car. Okay. Ooh. And I'm going to hit the fence again, aren't I? No, I missed it. Cool. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to stick motorbike. Okay. Okay, kill that. Lock it. Yep, and okay. And just put this bike back in the shed as well. I hauled it out just so I can get the car out. The farm bikes tend to get used more than the MX-5 does, so I just leave them in the front like that. Okay, off there. Okay, So now, if we go around this back way here, and out the back gate, we'll just climb over this gate. There we go. So, yes, I'm sure, as I said, that AK's expecting me to. I already had this tractor hooked up to the roller, ready to go and roll those fields before he phoned me. So I'm just going to unhook the roller again momentarily. Yep, I'm certain AK will be expecting me to go and use this little hand mower and take about 45 minutes to mow his lawns, but I'm going to work smarter, not harder here, and I'm going to see if I can get this tractor and this mower around his back lawn. There we go, and lift it. Okay. And let's go. And the sooner we get these lawns done, the sooner I can get onto rolling my 2 fields of winter oat. And once I've rolled the 2 fields of winter oats, actually I think I also need to fertilise those 2 fields of oats as well. And then my jobs for the day will be done. If I can get AK's lawns mowed, both fields rolled, and both fields fertilised, then I'll be done for the day. So, I've got my lights on. Everyone I've seen who plays either Irish maps or UK maps always has their flashing lights on the tractors like that on when they're on the roads. So I believe it's actually the law that you have to in Ireland, I believe. So, okay, here's AK's house, so we'll just go in here and we'll start with this lawn that runs down here, I believe. Take the light off now. So yes, you can see how using a hand mower, because we've got to do the front and back lawn, it would take quite a while to get all these done, so I definitely think we're going to be working a lot smarter trying to do it this way. I won't go down the side of the garage there though with this mower, but if I can get most of the lawns done, I think you'll be happy if I'm mostly done. So, okay. Oh, sure, I missed a bit down beside the hedge there, so maybe I can get that. I want to do a decent job of it. If you go and do a job, do it right, as they say. Oh, come on. Oh dear, my mower seems to be a bit stuck in that hedge now. Come on. Come on. That won't be doing very much good for the front tyres of the tractor there. The line goes out now. Okay. Maybe it would have been easier to use this hand mower that he always uses. You'd think he'd have enough lawn to almost buy a ride on. Maybe not quite, but almost. Maybe him and Fury Machine Gaming could go at half shares in an old ride-on mower, since they live next door to each other there. Now, this this Olympic dream that AK has of representing Ireland at the next Olympics for the chutes and ladders, Fury Machine Gaming will fill you in a lot more detail about that on one of his upcoming videos, but I'm just mowing his lawns for him while he's off in Dublin at one of the Olympic tryouts. Ooh. Okay, perhaps this idea wasn't one of my brightest ideas, because this track is certainly very, very big for trying to get around this particular lawn and things, but you've got to give a man points for trying, don't you? And I'm certainly very, very trying. My wife will attest to that. So. almost finished the front lawn now. Mr. Peck's just there, so that as well. There we go. I believe that BK, AK's wife, went with him as support, to support him in this Olympic dream of his. So that's why there's no one here to get these lawns done. That's why I said I would do them for them. Now, I think I'm going to call that done for the front lawn. Now I've just got to get the back lawn done. I'll probably have to lift the mower to get through the gap there. Oh, I hope I'll get through the gap there. Ah, look at that, just like I bought one. Just like I bought one. Okay. Unfold the mower again. And wouldn't you know it, once again, for not the first time, I forgot to set the timer when I started recording, so I don't know how long this video is, but we will do our best to keep it to about half an hour, just based on how long it feels. Well, this lawn's quite rough around here. Don't think my mower was even making contact there. No, it wasn't. Back up there and try that one again. Oh, there we go. Got it. I'm not going to get that back there though. I'll come down and get the up beside the fence on the way back out again. That's what I'm just trying to do a cheats way, so I don't have to use the hand mower and spend 45 minutes or more mowing his lawn for him. But yeah, definitely this mower is really a bit too big just for doing his lawn for him. And you can see over the fence there, you can see Fury Machine Gaming's place, and he's growing strawberries there in his greenhouse. Yeah, let's do along the hedge line, and then I think we will clear it done. So yes, mental note, next time maybe I should use the hand mower instead of coming along with the tractor, but just wanted to get it done as quickly as possible so we can get back to tending to our oat fields there. And okay, now we're going to get around here. This yard really isn't made for a full-size tractor and mower setup, is it? Okay, you need to make your yard bigger so I can get my tractor around it to mow your lawns. In fact, he may not be terribly happy when he gets back from Dublin and discovers tractor tracks all over his yard where I've been driving a big tractor around it instead of using his hand mower. But when it was the bakes, he didn't get too specific. He just asked if I could please whip the mower around his lawns, so whipping the mower around his lawns is what I'm doing. But I think that's probably about the best job I'm going to manage to do, because that tyre doesn't want to swing. That tyre swing, the rope on it must be frozen solid from the cold or something. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing much better than that, really. Oh, there we go, we're getting a wee bit further along here. That lawn really is a bit rough. Okay, you want to do something about your lawn there. bit rough in places. Yeah. Okay, let's call that his lawn's done. Yeah, he's definitely not going to be too happy with that job. It's a bit of a rush job, but I have other work I have to do, and I will come back and sweep up his clippings. I'll just park here on the drive for a second and I'll go and tidy it up by sweeping up the clippings for him. I put my broom in the tractor before I came out. So here we go, make it look nice and neat for when he gets back from Dublin. And while we're here actually, I will show Fury something as well, because I was chatting with Fury last night. I mentioned BK's motorcycle, BK of course being AK's wife, and so Fury, here is her motorbike. They took a taxi to Dublin today, so she didn't take it with her today, but often BK will ride this motorbike with AK sometimes riding pillion on the back. I don't think BK would let AK actually ride it himself. She'll just give him rides on the back instead. So yes, they don't take the Range Rover, because of course the Range Rover's got a V8, so and it's a British Leyland V8, so reliability isn't a word I'd normally use to describe an old 1970s Range Rover like that. So anytime that's not running or they want to save gas, they take BK's Harley instead. Sweeping up here. Wonder why there's different textures down. What are they honking at me for? Have I moved the tractor a bit too far out on the road? Huh? Yeah. For some reason, those vehicles don't want to go past with the tractor parked there. I didn't think it was that close to the road. Look at it. But we'll move back. There you go. They must be extremely cautious drivers, those ones. They weren't willing to pass with the tractor parked that close to the road. Yeah, we'll just finish sweeping up these lawns. As I said, if you tune into Fury Machine Gaming's latest series that he's going to be doing, he will fill you in with more details about AK's Olympic dreams, and all what the lengths he's going to in the hope of hopefully representing Ireland at the next Olympics for shoots and ladders, or stakes and ladders, depending on what country you're in. So I actually did a bit of a Google search on that, because my wife said to me, I think in America it's called stakes, it's called shoots and ladders. Of course here in New Zealand we call it stakes and ladders. So I did a bit of a Google search, and apparently in Ireland it's also called stakes and ladders. But yes, since AK's American, he always refers to it as shoots and ladders when he's talking about his Olympic dreams. So yeah, it really is a bit of a awful job I've made of this lawn. Hopefully it's dark by the time I get home from Dublin, so he won't notice. Worst case scenario, I might have to get out the hand mower and come back and finish it off again. But he might be happy with this if it's dark when he gets home. So I'll just play it by ear. Yeah. Almost done here. And then I shall bid you all farewell. Okay, I believe that's all us now. Yep. Okay, I shall go and put my mower back and get my rollers, go and roll those oat fields, and I'll say good night to you all and thank you very much for tuning in. Okay, bye now.